So I'm going to make another chuck stand, bed chuck stand for the four jaw. Just picked another 2 scrap bits of pine there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that they both sort of weigh like that so that I can use the weight later to just plop it on safely. But I also want enough of a lip here and enough of a lip here so I can apply the clamps later so I can screw it together. I'm not going to use glue or anything, it's just a quick thread together piece. So that's probably about right. I'm just going to get a pencil, make a line on V's, and then see you on the workbench. So these are the pencils that are just made for where the V's are going to go. It's only rough, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to get a set square and get some lines across the top, nice and easy. And here, so that's the line. I'm going to run a square file across now. Right, so I've got the line here. I'm just going to make a V using the corner edge and getting in there. Not going too deep, just enough so that it guides along the thing, along the bed. And again, I don't have to worry about it being parallel because they're individual pieces, so they'll line up separately, and then I can fix it onto the half semicircle bit independently of each other. So I'm going to line up and just start filing basically. Excuse my filing skills, I'm still practicing. So I've made the line. I'm going to use the bottom half of the file because the taper stops there, so it will be straighter or more even filing. So you can see the V starting to take shape now. Let's try and get that in focus. There we go. So you can see that V. It's not a great V, in fact it's kind of a bad one. I've not been keeping very straight lines, so I'll try and fix that. Yeah, there we go, that's fixed that. So again, it's a bit rounded in this sense, so try to fix that, keep it straight, and get a bit in the middle. So that's better, that's just about right. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just enough to bed on. So you can see it's just a small profile all the way along. It's kind of bent, but you'll see it won't matter too much. So let's go and take it to the lathe. So I think this is this one here. So I'm just gonna let it. There you go. You can feel it's hitting, and it slides along nicely. That should be enough. So I saved you the hassle of watching me make a second one. And that one moves along quite nicely. It's a bit deeper, but it doesn't have to be perfect, just needs to catch and slide. I mean that one definitely needs a bit of improvement, so I'll go over that again. But in essence, it does the same thing as that one, so yeah. Okay, so I've got the 4 jaw on, and I've taken the jaws off so I can get up to the face of the chuck, and then I've got these all sorted and on the bed right up to the face so that I can get a decent enough reading. What I'm going to do is use a few pieces of card, a shim, just so I can get a gap when I take the shims out later. You'll see what I mean, so I can get a gap for the circle essentially. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this roughly centre across. There we go. So now that's on the shims when the pressure's on. So again, it doesn't have to be accurate, it's just a few millimetres gap that I need for getting this in and out basically when I get the circle. So I'm going to put these, there we go, up against that. So there we've got some tension there. I'm going to get a ruler, just would be the short one, bear with me. Yeah. Get a ruler and roughly centre it, so we've got just over 12 inches, so 6.5. Oh, it's not that far out. So we'll just try and, there we go. That's good enough for me. Pretty much 6.5. Don't need 6.5, but there we go. Cool. So just make sure they're resting on the shim. Got nice pressure on it. That'll help increase. That won't help increase the gap, but we'll keep a reasonable amount of pressure on it. So just going to make a semicircle. Move the chuck a bit, and then make sure we've got the top there. Move that round. Yeah. There we go. So now you see I've got a nice semicircle that I can get cut out. I would do it with a bandsaw, but I'll do it with a jigsaw just because it'll be quicker. Okay. Well, it won't be, but my bandsaw's at home, not here. Right, so I've got this up in the vise. I've got a little bit of pine underneath here, just so that the vibrations didn't move too far, and then I'll just hold this end and carefully jigsaw it out. Okay, safety first. Okay, let's go. Right, so that's made a lovely mess and pretty good line. Okay. I might have to carve this out a bit because I'm a bit. Hang on a minute. There we go. So that's that. I'll just soften that edge a bit. There we go. There we go. Lovely. That'll do. Okay, so now I've got that done, I should, doesn't really matter which one's which, but that one's for that one. That one, yep. Should be able to slide this under, because the shim's not on it anymore. So, if I get this lined up correctly, which is probably about there. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Yeah, just get that lined up right, and then I can clamp it and get it out and fix it. So, we're good there. Not too much. So basically, a little tap there. Yep. We'll give it love taps when we fixed it anyway, just to get it lined up precisely. So, excuse the big clamps for the new ones that are really suitable enough. What I've done is clamped in so that I can slide this in and out properly, and then move the whole unit without really any movement. So, as you can see now, I've got to screw in here, preferably either side of the V, and fix into here. So I'm going to drill some pilot holes and then just some screws. Nice and easy. Right, the holes don't really positionally matter too much to me. I'm just going to use my trusty Bosch, drill some pilot holes in there. So I've got a hole here already, so I might as well use that. And we'll get a hole started here. Okay, hit over here as well. So that's much nicer. Would have been nicer to be further over. I might put a third one in if I have to. So, trusty Bosch again. Just going to use some screws. Was it 4x50s? Just got them lying around trying to use them up, so I'll get 4 out. Get to screwing in. Again, it's just a quick thing, so it doesn't matter too much. I should have countersunk really, because they might be on the bed, but we'll see. Maybe that one should be countersunk. We'll see how that works out. Right, so that's done. Take the ends off now. Finished article. I forgot which one was the front. Well, I know which one's the front. It's going to be this one, so I'm going to label it now. F and 4 for the 4 drawer. It's got one for the 3 drawer as well, and I'm going to make one for the faceplate, which will be FF. Lovely, so you can see that's done now. Hang it back on. Okay, so let's test out the work. So that's there, and it fit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's on. And barring me, it moves in nicely. It rests really nicely, it's all snug. So, that's a good job. There's only one test left. Okay, so now I know that this moves in and out nicely on the bed. That's cool. So it's going to sit there and rest. I can move that without any issue, which is good news. I'm going to get this. And I'm going to get this, and I'm going to try. There we go. Try to get that off. So that goes back, see it's starting to take the weight now. There we go, that's almost off. And away we go. Oh, so much easier to take away that. Now, I have to check where the key is, which is lined up. Straight in, straight on. Lined well enough to get hooked up. There we go. And that comes out nicely. I'd call that a success. So yeah, I think that was a successful project overall. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for me, and hope to see you next time. Don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what you think of things and how things are going, and yeah, catch you later.